luck. I got nowhere myself. Yeah, dude. I like he just walks in the screen and then walks off. Well, naught here seems out of the ordinary, though I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. Strange. Let's see if we can find her and discover the source of her distress. Should we... Let's bard for a change. I haven't barded all day today. Or all stream. I haven't barded all stream, so might as well bard. Is this voice acted? She really likes Alfie.
Dulia 夫人、一体どうしたというのです？
もう私どうしたらいいかわからないの。一人で本当に心細くて。
Well, what happened?
一人？確かに旦那様の姿が見えないようですが。
Yeah, where's Master Chai?
そうなのよ。
He's gone?
あの人が私を置いて出て行ってしまったの。
なんですって？一体なぜそんなことに？
Yeah, what happened? Where is he? Where'd he go?
それがアルフィノちゃんはしばらくユールモアに残ってくれていたから知っているとは思うのだけれど、
Okay.
あれから私たち自由市民が集まってユールモアの新しい原種を選ぼうとしていたの。
Okay.
バウスリーの公認を決めるため選挙を実施する計画でしたね。
Yeah.
でも誰も立候補する人がいなかったの。私たち自由市民は怠惰な時間を過ごしすぎたわ。我が身の振る舞いを正すだけで精一杯なのに、混乱した国を率いようという人はいなかったのね。
I guess that makes sense.
自由に投票しようということになって、結果選ばれたのがうちの旦那様だったの。
He ran away. He pulled a Simba.
Chai-Nuzz 殿は巨大タロースの件でも見事にリーダーシップを発揮しておられました。適任のように思えますが。
Right.
私もそう思ったわ。彼はダイダロス社を率いていた立派な人だもん。
Yeah, he is the perfect choice. So he just ran away.
だから私選ばれた時に背中を押すようなことを言ったの。きっとそれがいけなかったのね。あの人その時を最後に姿を消してしまったんだから。
It's okay. No.
望まぬ大役に推挙され重圧に耐えきれず失踪したと。ドゥリア夫人、どうか顔を上げてください。私は旦那様が愛するあなたを捨ておいて逃げてしまうような人物には思えません。きっと理由あっての
another
一時
reason?
的
So
な
he's
外
not
出であ
just
りましょう。
scared? He struck me as a bit of a scaredy cat, but it's possible.
本当？アルフィノちゃん。あなたもそう思う？
I don't know, but whatever it is, he won't have fled. Sorry, but I think he's fled. I feel like I'm gonna give her false hope if I say this, but Alfie's saying it. Let's trust the guy.
聞いての通りです、ドリア夫人。チャイヌズ殿が誰よりもあなたを
Oh
愛してい
yeah,
た
he
こと
does
は
love her, so
こ
I
こ
don't
に
think
い
he
る
would have
全員
left
が知
her.
っているのです。
It wouldn't make sense for him to leave her.
旦那様のことは私が探し出してみせますので、どうか気を強くお持ちになってお待ちください。
Leave it to us.
ありがとう、アルフィノちゃん。あなたたちを呼んできてもらって正解だったわ。私、パーラーのいつもの席であの人の帰りを待っているわね。
Can you imagine saying that? No, I think he fled. He probably just left you. Can you imagine saying that? I wonder what would happen, what the dialogue would be if you said that. It makes no sense for Master Chai to have left without a word, but even if he had, he would not have done so unobserved. Someone here will have seen something, I am sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to whether anyone saw him leave, or failing that, if they have any idea where he might have gone. I will meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later on. Master Chai? Why, yes, I spoke with him recently, though I recall he was in a rather dour mood. Concerned about Yulmore's neglect of industry, you see, with Lord Vothery's apparently inexhaustible stores of mule, and no great need for money. It's little wonder our businesses were all but forgotten under his rule. But I assured Master Chai that the Boutique of Splendors will do all it can to contribute to the revival of trade here in Yulmore, which seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after. Looking for Master Chai, are you? Is something amiss? When last I saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted he rest and catch his breath, and we talked for a while about his concerns over the city's defenses, among other things. He made more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Vothery, and finding General Ranjit in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us all to the core. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. Not that we blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we would still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitting, I propose replenishing our ranks with volunteers from the derelicts and Gate Town. We have a duty to protect not only Yulmore, you see, but the surrounding region of Kalusha as well. And I, for one, would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for that cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall. Of course we're still here. Can't leave while there are people in need. That's Hathenbet's creed, and the only reason I'm still alive. Hey, Hathenbet. I recall a man fit in that description. Asked to speak with the poor buggers lately, come from Wright. Said he wanted to know the state of things down in the derelicts, and you can be sure we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing. There was plenty to tell. We hunt high and low for whatever we can scavenge, and it's barely enough to fill our bellies. But folk here don't just want to survive, they want to thrive. When he heard that, he started mumbling to himself, something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, though. Not content with having his ear chewed about the derelicts, he asked about the other settlements and all. After that, I can't really say. Looked like he was heading for Gate Town when I saw him last. Ah, there you are. How did you fare? Have you learned anything which might offer a clue as to Master Chai's whereabouts? Interesting. He apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. They discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Yulmore, an idea to which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive. Sounds like he's got a big plan for the place. Yulmore, I mean, not the Bee. Perhaps, but the question remains, where did he go after leaving the city? All we know for certain is that Master Chai has shown great concern not only for Yulmore, but its surrounding settlements. It seems logical, then, that having consulted those within the city walls, he would wish to do the same to those without. Zordia, if you would go and make inquiries in Wright, I shall do likewise in Stilltide. Gate Town I leave to you, Kaishir. Fair enough. Where shall we meet when we've finished? Well, Top Rung would seem to me to be his next most likely destination. Let us reconvene there. With any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then, but if not, we will be well situated to continue our search. No, the name doesn't ring any bells, but there was a rather dapper-looking Mistal gentleman here not long ago. He wanted to talk about relations between Wright and Yulmore, or rather the lack of them. We lost a great many people to their promises of Mjol and the chance of a lavish life among the free, and Vothery thought to take even more from us, conscripting the few able-bodied men we had left to guard his paradise. I needn't tell you what happened when the City-Eaters came. Such things are hard to forgive. But Vothery's gone now, and we're curious to see what will become of Yulmore in his absence. That's what I told your friend, Chai-Nuzz, was it? And I'm sure the others said the same. Not what he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he soon left after, and that was that. Turns out Master Chai was over in Gate Town too. He spoke to a few of the residents, apparently. They told me they'd never seen a posh bloke look so miserable. So he paid a visit to both Wright and Gate Town as well, did he? I see. Kaishir and I gleaned much the same. he seems determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Kalusha, and the only likely place he has left to go being Amity. Come, if we are quick, we may yet catch up with him. Zordia! Alphino! Kai-Shir! What are you doing here? We might ask you the same, Master Chai. We've been looking all over for you. Looking for me? Whatever for? Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word, and bade us return you to her side. What in blazes are you talking about? I left the letter for her in our chambers. Though I suppose she could have overlooked it, and when she gets an idea into her head, I can only apologize. No harm done, Master Chai, but since we are here, might I ask what compelled you to come all this way? We were told you had been elected mayor, and from what we have gathered from the nearby villages, you have been inquiring about the people's grievances. Is it safe to assume you mean to take office? Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Kalusha. That much is true, but I am by no means sure I am the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges will require resources, and until I have secured them, it would not be right to assume the role of mayor. This guy thinking too hard. I see. But you believe said resources can be found here? Indeed, the people's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I have already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid in addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans, a man whose counsel might yet make a mayor of me. Oh, he's gonna be a mayor? Good for you. With respect, such forethought is in itself proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Chai, and I am certain this man of whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it is worth, we'll vouch for you should he require convincing. Whatever you need, you can count on us. We believe in you, Master Chai, believe it. I don't know what to say. You don't need to say anything. You've got your actions to speak for you. For as long as I can remember, all I ever wanted was to make it into Yulmore, but that dream's gone now, burst like a bubble, or a boil more like. Anyway, outside of repaying Master Alfino, I haven't had a clue what to do with myself. Spent most days in a daze, but you've been running up and down, trying to find a way to fix this mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You got this lot up Mount Gulg, didn't you? How hard could mayoring be? Probably really, really hard. You're going to steer Yulmore to a better future, I know it. And I want to help, properly help. Do something that makes a difference. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me come with you, that is. You give me entirely too much credit, the lot of you. But I can't deny it gives me heart. Come then, let us press on together. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. Yulmore needs more than a man with good intentions, which is why I am here. To find one with experience needed to see the city thrive. Who is this man exactly? Are you certain he is here in Amity? Rendon is his name, and yes, he is, or was. I had scarcely begun to explain myself when he decided his time was better spent elsewhere. He served as chief advisor to Vothri's father when he was in office. Oh, so he does the politics. If Ranjit was the mayor's right hand, one might say Rendon was the left, and between them they kept Yulmore on the road to prosperity. The city needs more than a mere man of business, which is why I must find him. But even if you do, what makes you think he will listen? Before giving chase, might it not be wise to speak with those who know him? Here in Amity, they may be able to shed some light on his reason for rejecting your overtures out of hand. Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps we should start with Crystal, then. As I recall, you made rather a favorable impression on him. I'm certain he would be willing to take to us. I realize it was me who suggested speaking with Crystal, but who's to say he will be any more receptive than Rendon? Why should any of them give me the time of day? Bah, that's no way to think. Ignore me. Greetings, friend, and you too, Master Chai. I presume you are here to ask about after Rendon? I couldn't help overhearing your earlier exchange. Yes, well, with Vothri gone, Yulmore wants for a leader. Should no one rise to the challenge, the city could very well collapse. I came here seeking Rendon's counsel in hope that we could build a better Yulmore together. And that is still my wish. but given how abominably you were mistreated there, I will quite understand if you choose not to help. Worry not, Master Chai. I bear no grudge against you or the people of Yulmore, and I would not see you suffer for Vothri's villainy. Oh, how nice of you, Tristal. As you no doubt gather from your meeting earlier, Renden can be rather uncompromising. He has his principles, you see, and little patience for anyone he deems less committed to their own. You desire to wrong the rights of your past, of Yulmore's past, is quite admirable, but I fear the guilt you bear on the city's behalf works against you. I can see it in your eyes, in the way you carry yourself. It goes without saying, he sees it as well. You must let those feelings go, Master Chai. Be more assertive, commit to this course, and prove to him Yulmore has the resolve to change. The resolve to change? I believe he was heading toward Pit 8 when he left. If you plan to go and speak with him, I suggest you be firm and clear in your intentions. Very well, to Pit 8 we shall go. I will not take no for an answer, nay, not even a maybe. Oh, I think I've seen this guy before. This guy looks dope. Time is it?
呼んだわけではないが、確かに彼らは助っ人だ。いつまでも恩人の優しさに甘え、助力を受け続けるわけにはいかん。立ち会い人と考えていただきたい。
チャイヌス殿。
私は己を官僚であると規定してきた。民のため、国のため、政を司る者に対して助言を行い、その方針を最善の方法で実現すべく働いてきた自負がある。だが、それは理想を共有できればこそ、民が、国が、指導者が理想とする楽園とやら共感できなくなったがゆえに、私はユールモアから去ったのだ。
Wow, the sun came out.
チャイヌズとか言ったか。バウスリーの下で奔放な生活を送ってきた貴様がいかなる国を築かんとするというのだ。
What kind of Yulmore do you want to create, Chai-Nuzz?
その問いに一言をもって応じるほどの答えを私はまだ見出せてはいない。
でも、しかし、でも、
だが私はいかなる国を築くのかを市民が語れる国を作りたい。一芸を持ち身の振り方を決められる労役市民はともかく、町の周辺に住まう者たちは食料の配給を断たれ、今日明日を生き延びることに必死だ。自由市民に至ってはもっとひどい。未だ酒や快楽に溺れ、現実から目を背け続ける者も少なくない。今のままでは早々に富を食い潰す者も現れるだろう。私が元首となれば、その権限を持ってかつて国に差し出された再分配を行うつもりだ。
Chai-Nuzz stepping up to the plate.
貧者であれ不者であれ、このような状態では国の未来など語れようものか。食料の早急な確保、周辺集落との関係改善。私は政治家でも国王でもない。ダイダロス社の跡取り、起業家だ。そんな私にできることは、問題を分析し、改善案を企画し、収益を上げて部下を食わせること。レンデン殿、ユールモアの民が国の理想を思い描き、祭りごとに手を挙げられるようになるまで、どうか力を貸していただきたい。
Now let's build a Yulmore for the
い
people.
かなる国を築くのかを民が語れる国か。
Yes.
悪くない方針だ。
悪くない。
チャイヌズよ、お前が一時とはいえ国政を担うにふさわしい器か。 試させてもらうとしよう。
Wow!
何をすればいい？
今ユールモアが抱える問題の一つを解決してもらう。そうでなければ
Your own.
改革など夢のまた夢。誰もお前については来ないだろうからな。
Oh, so what does he want him to do? Cute. People cannot be brought together on the strength of high ideals alone. This I know from painful experience. Renden was right to demand proof of Master Chai's commitment. Imagine it, a Yulmore that even a bloke like me could help to build. It remains to be seen if his words will translate into deeds, but I shall endeavor to keep an open mind. Ahem. Right then, is there a particular issue you would have me resolve? You seem to have conducted an assessment of the problems Yulmore now faces. I assume you will agree, therefore, that the matter of dwindling food stores is the most pressing. Ah, yes. Miol being neither a desirable nor less sustainable option, I assume alternative foodstuffs are now required to fill the void. And a man who hungers is not like to contribute much to society, save violence, perhaps. So tell me, how do you propose to solve this problem? Give me a satisfactory answer and I will consider offering you my counsel. Chai-Nuzz, you got this, Chai-Nuzz. A combination of measures would seem to be in order. One to address the immediate issue. I almost said tissue. The immediate issue of supply, and another, that of production. Go on. For the present, Yulmore's coffers can be used to purchase food from our neighbors. This would afford us time to address the underlying problem that affects us all, the long-standing neglect of agriculture. The villages that once served as sources of trade for foodstuffs must be repopulated, their means of production restored. This assumes, of course, that we can rekindle relations with our neighbors, guarantee security and stability in the region, and most importantly, find people willing to leave the city to take up the rebuilding effort. My, think of all of that all by yourself, did you? Well, yes. It began as a rather abstract plan I drafted some time ago, after speaking with the people of Yulmore and the nearby settlements. You've impressed me, Chai-Nuzz. I have? Well, that is a relief. Oh, you haven't secured my support just yet, only my attention. Grand plans will not be enough to persuade the masses. If you would ask them to rebuild, you must provide them the means to do so. A fair point, Renden, and one to which I have given much thought. I propose that the use of Talos to aid in the establishment and maintenance of these settlements. Their employment should drastically improve efficiency and ultimately increase production. Talos, but Daedalus Stoneworks closed their doors years ago without a ready supply of the necessary equipment. The people would starve before your plans could be put into effect. Well, as the heir of the Daedalus Stoneworks, it just so happens that Talos saw my field of expertise. And with a little help, I'm quite certain we can acquire what we need in no time at all. Oh yeah. Do you see it? There is a fire in Master Chai's eyes that was not there when we first met. A fire we had best keep kindled if we wish to see Yulmore change for the better. You had a hand in constructing that giant Talos in the north, did you not? When the Yulmoran volunteers began arriving, I hid myself away, lest I be recognized, thus depriving myself of what I am reliably informed was a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. Bugger. Renden is quite right. Building Talos from scratch would require time we simply do not have, which is why I propose to make use of the long-abandoned Talos, which wander the wilds of Kalusha. They will need to be deactivated, of course, and if memory serves, the tools required to do so should still be at top rung. Come with me. So he is an authority on Talos, is he? What other surprises could he be hiding, I wonder? How'd you catch a Talos, then? Dig a hole and lure it in? It is one thing to repair an immobile Talos, as Urianger did, but quite another to catch one, surely. Does that not sound a trifle dangerous? Aha! The old memory hasn't let me down. This chest contains canisters filled with a dashedly potent insulating powder capable of halting the flow of aether in a Talos. We need only get within throwing distance of one and let it fly, thus disabling them without damaging them. Ingenious! A known trick of the trade, nothing more. Once disabled, it should be a simple enough matter to get them to march to Yulmore. More extensive repairs can wait. Ordinarily, this is where I would ask you to run along and do the deed, but as I have said before, it's high time we learn to stand on our own 2 feet. Thankfully, throwing canisters is something even I should be able to manage. Come off it, Master Chai! Even if the Talos ain't a threat, there's 101 other things out there waiting to make a meal of you. Which isn't to say that the mere thought of it doesn't fill me with dread. Truth be told, I can't feel my legs. But if I'm to prove I'm a man worth following, I must lead by example. Well said, Master Chai. Hear, hear. Yes, well, I should go without living. I should go without living, wow. Well, it should go without saying that I have no intention of dying before this. I've always preferred living to see the fruits of my labor. And to make sure I do, I will require your help. It is as Kai Shir says, these lands are dangerous. If one is not careful, I would ask you to use my spyglass to look out for any beasts that could get in the way of my work. I will also need you to alert me when it is safe to subdue the Talos. Understood? Good. Then let's be off to the quick way, through the north gate, and see if we can't find a suitable vantage point for you. When he first arrived, I could barely hear him over the knocking of his knees. And now this. I'm not sure what's gotten into him, but whatever it is, I like it. There is little point in us both shouting instructions. Keep him safe, Zordia. Either Master Chai's off his nut, or this means more to him than he's been letting on. All right, nothing to worry about. Just a simple matter of sneaking up on the Talos while avoiding the slavering, bloodthirsty beasts lurking behind every rock. Child's play. When you're ready, let us begin. Keep lookout for danger and alert Chai-Nuzz when it is safe to incapacitate the Talos. You may move the spyglass as well as zoom in and out. Oh shoot. I thought it was gonna fall backwards. Wait for it. I did it! I did it! Let's move on to another Talos, shall we? There's more? This is red light, green light? Oh my gosh. Bruh. What the heck is this? It's music though. I do believe I'm getting the hang of this. You may leave the next one to me, Zordia. Oh, why is it so far? Oh, he did it himself. Yay! Ha ha! That should do it! Now we have all we need to proceed. There was only 2. Prad, how dare. You thought I couldn't do it? I did it. I exceeded your expectations. Haha. Chai Cruz and Talos impossible, yo. Blimey, I thought my heart was going to stop for a moment. Make that a couple of moments. Our friend returned with nary a scratch. Well done. Would seem I misjudged Master Chai. There may yet be hope for Yulmore. I can scarcely believe it. It was a reckless, foolish plan, but somehow it worked. I did it. You did it. Master Chai, I believe I owe you an apology. Your plan to replenish Yulmore's food stores showed forethought and sound judgment. What's more, it is plain your time in Daedalus Stoneworks has equipped you to lead, as evidenced by the extraordinary company you keep. You, sir, are more than qualified to be the next mayor of Yulmore. I thank you for your vote of confidence, but the fact remains I am wholly ignorant of the world of politics, which is why I would ask you to join me and grant Yulmore the benefit of your counsel. I would be honored. When the people behold these Talos, I have no doubt they will lend you their support. It would seem Yulmore's leadership is at last in capable hands. Would you not agree? We should probably be getting back soon, Master Chai. After you've tinkered with the Talos and all that, Lady Chai's worried sick.
よし、そのまま一列になってユールモアへ向かえ。
This is so cute. This is awesome. To Yulmore we go. To Yulmore we go.
なんだこの音は。タローズ。壊れたタローズが暴走してやがるのか。
Nope.
おい、誰かバンペイを呼んできてくれ。
You don't need the guard. You don't need the guard. The Talos are friendly. Talos are friend, not food. I mean,
市民の方はお下がりください。
chill, chill.
待って。
Hey.
あなた。
もちろん帰ってくるにき。
Aww. Oh no. That was so anime. Oh, rip.
あらあら、ママ。しましょう。
Rip. Alfino had to heal him. Alfino had to heal it.
助かった。
ごめんなさい、あなた。帰ってきてくれたのが嬉しくて。
いや、構わん。それよりも置き手紙だけでなく、しっかり言葉で伝えてから外出すべきだった。
それじゃ
あ。うん。私は元首の座から逃れるためにユールモアを出て行ったわけではない。補佐官としてレンデン殿を迎えるために交渉に行っていたのだ。その助力を得られた今、ようやく私は胸を張って言える。
Hey, go for it, Chai-Nuzz. Chai-Nuzz for the win, man.
私はユールモアの元首の役目を引き受けさせてもらう。
Good for you, Chai-Nuzz.
まあまあまあ、なんておめでたいのかしら。
What is this? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I love them. I love them so much. That was great. That was really cute. That was cute. You good, Chai? I'm fine. I just need a moment. Thank you again for finding my husband. I confess, I was not expecting your return to be quite so grand. That dear, sweet man, he is going to make the most wonderful mayor. I just know it. That was quite a reception. One Master Chai will struggle to forget. More seriously, the arrival of the Talos has seized the public's attention. Once word has spread around Yulmore, it will be that much simpler to gather one and all so that Master Chai can make his inaugural address. There is no time to lose. We must begin making preparations for the inaugural address, once Master Chai has caught his breath, of course. No need to fret, Zordia. I have never felt better. and not at all overawed by the prospect of addressing the assembled masses of Yulmore. As for where to do it, if we're to accommodate everyone who might feasibly wish to attend, I suppose the only place large enough would be in the Emergent. Then I will go and spread the word among the citizens, both free and bonded, that they are to assemble there to meet their new mayor. You there! Kai-Shir, was it? Would you go and inform the residents of Gatetown and the derelicts? Course I will. Ah, yes, Master Chai told us to expect you. The Emergent is already filling up with people of all persuasions, free and bonded, citizens and non-citizens. But for you, our guest of honor, we have reserved a place at the front. Right this way, miss. You can do it, Chai-Nuzz. You got this. You got this. I believe in you, Chai-Nuzz.
あなた
You got this.
みな、今日はよく集まってくれた。自由市民の諸君、周囲を見渡してほしい。ドンバウスリー死生下の20年間とは異なる顔ぶれが混じっていることに気づくだろう。我々に仕えてくれていた労役市民たちはもちろん、敗戦街やゲートタウンに住まう市民権を持たない者もいる。そして何より我らを目覚めさせてくれた恩人、闇の戦士たちもまた新たな出発
That's me! That's me! I'm the warrior of darkness! That's me! Oh, sorry for... I interrupted him. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Sorry! I'll stop. I won't interrupt you anymore.
先日、自由市民たちの間で行われた選挙にて、私、チャイヌズがドンバウスリーの公認として新たな元首に選出された。そして私は名誉あるこの務めを受けさせていただくことをこの場にいる全員の前で宣言する。ただし期限付きの一時的な元首代行としてだ。
I like that he only said that in Japanese, and then the English is so long. Oh boy. Gotta bring them come
自由市民と労
together.
役市民の関係、そして市民と非市民の関係、ドンバウスリーの下で
I
決めら
love
れた
this
歪
song,
ん
by
だ
the
制度を
way.
正すとして、ユールモアという国をいかなる国にするのか、この大きな問題について私はここにいるすべての者が意見を交わし議論する必要があると考えている。だが
Open forum.
我々が直面している現実の問題の前では理想を語り合う余裕などないというのが実情だろう。
True. True.
冷え込んだ周辺集落、他地域との関係改善、治安維持に産業再興、喫緊の課題があまりに多い。まずはここにいる皆の安全と安心を優先しようと思う。当然バウスリーが築いた偽りの楽園で怠惰な時を過ごしてきた私を含む自由市民にとっては多くの痛みを伴う改革も必要となろう。だが
Literally.
夢から覚めた私たちは現実を生きてゆかねばならない。私たちのために命を賭して天より光を払い闇を取り戻してくれた闇の戦士たちに恥じぬ生き方を。
Yeah. He brought back the
そして
night.
皆の暮らしが安定してきたその時、改めて理想のユールモアについて話し合わせてほしい。だからそれまでの間、どうかこの私に、いやユールモアという希望に
Yeah, for
皆の
Yulmore.
力を貸してもらいたい。
For Yulmore. Great job, Chai-Nuzz. Great job, Chai-Nuzz. That was a fine speech, Master Chai. I believe your words stirred every soul in attendance. Stir them to action, I hope. If I have learned anything from all this, it is that change begins with the individual. Aw, that's true. Change begins with you. 'Tis but a matter of finding the strength to take the first step. True. Assuming my fellow Yulmorans can, it shall be my honor and privilege to help them walk this road we have chosen. Were it within my power, I would carve a tribute to your heroism into the very stone upon which the city stands. Oh, we're gonna get a stone? I hate to change the subject, darling, but now that you have officially taken office, have you given any thought to your mayoral seat? It's like, I don't know. We will not be moving into the emergent, dearest. It's too big for one thing, and too far from the people for another. We will retain our current residence, and I will govern here in the parlor. Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. I much prefer the view from the parlor. Begging your pardon, Master Chai. Have you got time for a word? Yes, of course. Hath in bet? Aye, that's me. I liked your speech, but there's folks outside these walls as don't even have enough food to last till tomorrow, and more who are counting their crumbs. If you've a plan to change that, I want to help set things in motion. Then we have much to discuss. No sooner do I take office than my work begins in earnest. Well, I suppose I brought it upon myself. Thank you again for your help, Zordia. I hope to see you again before long. I sense we all have a great deal to consider. I have resolved to remain here until such time as Yulmor's future was secured. But it is clear to me now that the city is in capable hands. I have every confidence they will find their way, and I believe it is time we went ours. With Master Chai at the helm, if only for the interim, I feel I can bid farewell to Yulmor and return to the source with no regrets. Seems like everyone's moving on. Everything's changing. I've been thinking about what I should do in all of this. Like I told you, I spent most of my life dreaming about living here with my friends, in paradise. That paradise is gone, but something better's taken its place, and I reckon I want to be part of it. This Yulmor for the people Master Chai's been going on about ain't gonna build itself after all. Not that I'm much of a builder. Me and my friends'll find a way to make a difference, though. Help keep things changing for the better. A far nobler dream than the one to which you clung before, and one I am happy to say we share. Whatever path you choose, I pray for your success. When you put it like that, there's no going back now, is there? We've got a few ideas on how we can do our bit. Just a matter of taking the first step. Yay! Truly, to see Kai Shur thus inspired by our actions is inspiring in itself. Yet however much I may wish to stay and see what comes of his efforts, here in Yulmor we have matters of our own to attend to. Come, we should return to the Crystal Tower. Mayhap Beklug's studies have borne fruit in our absence. In the course of preparing more oversight, we made a significant discovery. We thought it best to wait for your return before sharing our findings. My congratulations, Zordia. Glad tidings from Yulmor did precede thy coming. I will see that Thancred and Reen hear of these momentous events, that they too might take joy in that which thou hast helped to bring about. I take it you are ready to resume our work. 'Twould seem Melissae has yet to return from the inn at Journey's Head. I do hope she doesn't overtire herself. Welcome back. We were given to understand a new mayor has taken office in Yulmor. Indeed. Our good friend Master Chai was elected by popular vote, and after some considerable soul-searching, chose to accept the post. It is a shame you weren't able to attend his inaugural speech, though I have no doubt you will see more of him in the future. But tell me, how fared you in preparing the White Auracite? What was the discovery? Our work did not proceed quite as expected. In your absence, we had a frank discussion on the principles of soul transference, and concluded at length that White Auracite was ill-suited for our purposes. But, Urianger, did you not say that compared to the massy soul of an Ascian, the stone could house one of ours with ease? That I did, and armed as we are with Beklug's invaluable insight, 'twould indeed prove a trifling matter were we to disregard the inviolable inviolable link twixt mind and soul, a link which we did belatedly realize, be weakened most perilously in the process of rendering our souls dormant, as Orosite doth require. Thus the shedding of these fleshly simulacra, the surfeit of aether which compriseth them, would in all likelihood deprive us of our psyches as well. It would theoretically be possible to channel your minds into Orosite instead, but we would more than likely sacrifice your souls in the process, which is why we have abandoned that plan and instead devoted our time to finding a means by which mind and soul might be transported together. Then we are no closer to a solution than when we first began. It is a vexing conundrum indeed, but one for which the Crystal Exarch has posited a most intriguing solution. When our discussions turned to the transference of memories and the psyche, I could not help but be reminded of a technique with which I have personal experience. Zordia, do you recall what we learned of my eyes from our encounter with Daga and Une? I speak of the royal eye of the Allagan imperial line, gifted to my forebears through the blood and the memories of the ancient Allagans. It is by this gift that I am able to control the Crystal Tower. If we were to gain an understanding of the technology by which the Allagans were able to accomplish this transference, perhaps then we could keep mind and soul together. Imagine, if you will, a device like unto a soul crystal, replete not only with our worldly memories, but also the bountiful energies of the soul. While we are thus engaged, I think it best that Zordia return to the source and inform Kryl and the others of our findings. Agreed. I imagine Tataru will be relieved to hear we've made progress of a sort. Then I would beg leave to relay our findings unto Thancred and Reen, and to assist where I may in their investigation of the empty. Yes, please do. Should we have need of your counsel, we will not hesitate to summon you. Give our regards to Tataru, won't you?
I said, welcome to